That is correct, Michael. At least it was only 15 minutes. So welcome once again to episode 18. This is like the second or third time for NewOaks AI Podcast. Myself, the host, over here at Best Studios LLC with my guest, Ray Luan, CEO of NewOaks AI. Welcome to the show, Ray.
Welcome. Third time. Thank you, and no worries. It happens. So, it's a gift of the fall,
Maybe we'll blame it on the fall. Everything's falling apart.
Yeah. Blame the weather, not everything. That's fine.
I can do that. I'm okay with that. So we got a bunch of people over here waiting and watching. We got Hilton Davidow in the house. Michael Rua's in the house. I'm hoping to see a couple other friends stop by today. I know Michael and Sarah was asking about the show. I'm hoping he shows up. I don't see. I do see Michael and Hilton, the other two in here though as well. So let's get this thing going again, shall we? Nobody heard a thing we said last time. So again, we're just here to hang out every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Ray and I sit down and talk about new developments in AI, and which is happening over here at NewOaks AI. So our teaser for today is just a little bit of stuff going on over on Anthropic's Claude, along with Trump's major promises to the world and some NewOaks AI feature updates. So let's get to it. Claude Sonnet 3.5. What are they calling this today? Computer interaction? What's the scoop here? I don't get it.
Computer use. They name it the feature Sonnet 3.5, the latest feature, computer use, which is literally imitate humans' interaction with your computer on screen. So what it does is that it takes screenshot of the interaction and read what action is taking, and then AI literally raise the cursor, the vertical pixels of the cursor and the horizontal pixel of the cursor, and identify what action the mouse is doing. For example, click some buttons, copy data, read some data, and copy data from your Google Sheets to another form, things like that. So literally what it does is that AI, in the first time that AI is able to control our mouse, just use the mouse to do all the UI interaction with our software. Then on top of API or SDK, AI now can completely replace human with the power of mouse and cursor and do all kind of crazy stuff to do the automation. So that's what it's about.
Well, we've been giving AI the ability to automate things through third-party apps, and what we call those typically are RPAs, or robotic programming applications, so that we can go and create little node steps or step-by-step processes that the computer can do based on the AI's instructions. But I've got a 2-minute video here, Ray. I'm going to go ahead and play. This is from Anthropic. I believe Sam is the host of this video, and he's going to talk about this new feature that's available. So let's see what he's got to say.
Cool. So I'm Sam, and I'm one of the researchers here at Anthropic. Computer use is something that we felt was going to be important for a while now. And so today we're going to be talking about a very early version we have of computer use and walking through a representative example of the things we think it's going to be useful for. We're going to be going through a quick demo today. In this fictional demo, a customer, in this case the Ant Equipment Company, has come to us and asked us to fill out a vendor request form. The data I need to fill out this form is scattered in various places on my computer. What we're going to do is ask Claude to look at the spreadsheet, check if Ant Equipment is in there, and if not, move over to the CRM and try and find some more information there. Once it has this data, Claude's going to then fill out the form for us and hopefully transfer the information across to the vendor form. The first thing that's going to happen is Claude's going to start taking screenshots of my screen and quickly realizes that the Ant Equipment Company isn't actually in the spreadsheet. So the first thing it does is it swaps over to a CRM and searches for the company we're interested in. Luckily, we get a search match, and Claude then starts scrolling through the page, looking for all the information it needs to fill out this form. Claude then autonomously starts transferring the information across without me having to do anything, and goes through the steps and fills out all the information needed. and then submits the form. This example is representative of a lot of drudge work that people have to do. This is available in the API. We're excited for people to try it, and we should expect things to get a lot better over the coming months.
That's crazy. I did not expect that at all, Ray.
Yeah, Michael says there's no sound.
Oh, you didn't get any of that audio either? That is so weird. It should have been pumping it right out of the feed. Anyway, we'll make sure it's on the final. We'll just leave a link to that video. Actually, I'll do that right now. I can put it in the feed for everybody to watch. I thought for sure it was coming through. It looked like it was. So not one of those good days to be hanging out on YouTube, I guess. All right, here we go. There's the link for everybody in the chat if you want to go find that video for yourself. Or wait, I've got to bring it through on the other channel. All right, cool. So Ray, what else besides this? Just this video thing just shows that it's capable of accessing our browser. So we're looking at a headless browser connection through the CSS, which we were talking about before we realized nobody could hear what we were saying. Explain to them a little bit better on how an app like this, the AI, can access our browser and do this kind of thing. What is it doing?
Well, literally, it does is that Claude using AI to take screenshot when, for example, you are moving a mouse cursor, right? So it takes a screenshot and read everything in the image to identify, where is a button and what is the action that AI is expected to do, so that it can imitate the human movement of the mouse cursor, and then to use the information you get to interact with other, apps or softwares. It literally just to not like the old traditional no-code platform way. Because there a lot of the apps are not connected by no-code platforms, right? So by using the mouse, it can connect all the different softwares or apps together, just like human. Whenever you want to, whatever you want to data move from one software to the other software, whenever as fast as you have mouse, you are able to accomplish that. I mean, AI is able to accomplish that. So that will completely replace human from the process of a lot of machine between man and computer interactions. So it will be interactions between AI and computers, right? Versus human and computers. Therefore, a lot of planning, execution workflow can be automated by AI. I mean, I think most 99% of automation could be done at this point. So that's what is amazing.
What I find really cool about this, Ray, is that beforehand, what we had to do was actually click through and create the sequence of steps, like a macro that people would take, and that one button would kind of run through the script of that macro. That's not what's happening here. The AI is literally reading your screen and looking at what's in the browser and determining by classification of entry what it needs to find. It's literally reading the screen and saying, this is the stuff I need to grab and put in the form. It's not being told what to do. It's figuring it out for itself, which I find to be amazing, because we normally would have to click through each and every step that the mouse would have to take, every keyboard entry, every text entry, every return, every space bar. Everything had to be entered into a sequence so that it could be run as a script. We don't need that.
Right.
This is next level in a big way. It's not even, I can't even grasp that in my head right now, Ray. I'm still like, wow, what just happened today? I was not expecting.
Right. And even better, human will make mistakes. So actually, the AI can be trained multiple times for this kind of operations, and then it will correct itself error or wrong actions. So it's going to be learned faster than human, which is amazing or scary, you can tell.
It is.
So Anthropic. So Anthropic, for some reason, put a lot of safety measurements or actions on top of these kind of features. It's crazy. So everything will be done by AI eventually, I think. As human, we need to figure out what we can do.
Well, I'm a little worried it's just going to go for my banking icon and click on that and start downloading my account data and everything. I mean, that's the real worry here, obviously,
right?
That people
So that's why the paper, there's a blog post said, I mean, Anthropic did not want to release the AI, the feature, the capability to access internet. So think about it. If you can access internet, it will be like the movie Terminator, right? Like Skynet.
War games.
You can do everything, search everything, and do everything, do all the planning and execution by itself, and start to do weird stuff. So there will be like no coming back, right?
Yeah, there's three movies that I think of when I see that. One is Terminator, which everybody mentions, of course, but there's two others that a lot of people don't think about, and that's War Games, which was way back. That was with Matthew Broderick, I believe, played in that one. And the other one is Lawnmower Man. If you remember, Lawnmower Man got sucked into the telephone and was capable to access everything through anything he wanted. So he could turn on anything he wanted, turn off, shut it all down, you name it. So he rang every phone at the end of the movie, if you remember that. Every phone on the world rang at once. That day's coming. I'm waiting for it.
So that's the idea that AI hacks into phones, right? And now AI is hacking into the whole internet with capability to move everything, move the the data or the money from one bank account to the other one. I mean, think about it. It's crazy. I think we gotta be speed up, catch up with what's going on.
I think so. So let's move ahead. We mentioned UFOs. So did Trump.
Yes.
He threw it out there. He said, hey, we're going to tell you all about the UFOs that we know exist. How do you feel about UFOs, right? I'm a big fan. Honestly, I am.
Yeah.
But there's a new term. They're not calling them UFOs anymore. They call them UAPs is the new term.
Why it's called APs?
UAP. I'm not sure. I got to go look that up, Ray, because I just heard it the other day. Everybody was like, no, we can't use UFO anymore. And UAP is unidentified anomalous phenomena. So that's what they're
called. Anomalous phenomena. More sophisticated.
It's too much to say. It's a mouthful, and it doesn't make sense. Anything from airborne to submerged to transmedium, doesn't matter what it is. So they're kind of wrapping everything unidentifiable into an anomalous phenomena. That's all it is.
Well, it's probably more accurate than unknown flying, object. It's phenomenon, not only object. But what make me obsessed or passionate about is that Trump is in the Joe Rogan podcast. Trump is going to release the evidence, the true evidence of the fighter jet, the videos or the data, the conversation, the recorded files about UFO. He mentioned that there's a couple of generals or fighter jet pilots did acknowledge that they saw something something unusual, right? But
this was one of them.
It could be aliens in a starship or something like that. We do not know. So, but the Air Force, they do have evidence. So that's something that surprised me.
Yeah, there's a lot of video that's been coming out from the government, and this is just a flash of a TikTok video or YouTube video I'm showing you guys just for fun. The whole concept behind what's happening is there's a lot of classified information out there that's never been released that people should be privy to. They need to, if you're going to have any kind of conclusion set in your brain about what you believe, you should have all the evidence, whether it's real or not. You should have it and be able to understand it and get a good hands-on feel for it before you go making that decision. And they've never given us that. So I think the whole world's entitled to that data, and it should be given out freely. There's no reason.
If
they're hiding it, there's got to be a reason, right?
Yep. There's still a lot of things that we do not know about the universe. So we're entitled to know the facts. We do not need to know the conclusions, right? We just need the facts and data, so we can interpret it by ourselves.
All right,
Yeah.
to reaffirm the New Oaks mission statement, we're here to help businesses thrive through the intelligence of AI and using it in an automation sense within your business model. So that's always been the affirmation we continue to press here at New Oaks. We got some new stuff, though, a few updates, and we're going to go through these really quick because I know we got to let Ray get back to work, and we shot short of 15 minutes. So let's get on with it. I'm going to highlight and kind of bullet point these for segment 3. We've got a lead record deletion option, a missed call text back with AI follow-up on Twilio, and a tech debt and code optimization, which is something obviously we're constantly stabilizing the performance of the app. So tell us about the lead record deletion option that we've got, Ray. That gives us some access.
Right. So it has been a feature that a lot of our customer has been asking for, because sometimes there are a lot of testing data in the dashboard, right, for leads, and it kind of mix with the real lead data. So when it comes to you're building an app for a client and you need a clean lead report, so there comes the deletion of the not real leads information, just to make the code report cleaner. And also when it comes to GDPR, and there is a need for European customers that the owner of the app needs to be able to delete the user information after a certain period, like either 12 month or 24 month. Yeah. So for both reasons, so that's why we released that feature, which is probably going to be very useful.
And where do you find to delete those records? Has it been added yet, or is that something that's upcoming?
No, it's been added. Go to their dashboard, go to your chatbot and
it's
dashboard
on the chat. Okay, so
yeah.
Let's take a look.
And then go to leads.
There's the leads section.
Right.
So I don't have any in this one, but you would normally export the CSV file. And if I have leads in here, which I don't in this particular case, then I would just
if you
select
do
on the lead and delete it right from here, right?
Right. You have a you will have a box that you can check which one you want to delete.
Select and do it. Gotcha. Perfect. All right. Missed call text back. I'm sorry. With the AI follow-up on Twilio. That's new.
Right. So go to your workspace.
Integration. Oh, it's on the workspace.
No, workspace. Yeah. On the left-hand side. Yeah. Missed call text back. So yeah, that's the feature that we have been aiming for a long time. And now once you open it up, you can choose a Twilio number that you can use. And with your existing phone, you can set up your phone to forward the message, the call to your Twilio, to this specific Twilio number. And then after set up, so think about the use case that if you are a business owner, and whenever you put your ads online, but most of the time, 60% of the time, when customer call you, you're busy or you're tied up with your current customers or some like errands, then you miss the call, right? But with this feature, when someone called your number and the AI is going to identify there's a missed call and send the predefined message as a text back to the caller, say, hey, this is Leland. I'm currently tying up with my current customers and I'm going to call you back. And with that feature, you are going to recover your leads, and then AI is going to keep following up with the conversation. If the caller reply back, AI is going to keep follow up until that it makes appointments or makes some CTAs eventually, so that you can close the deal, right, or capture that lead. So that's a feature that we're releasing and last week at the end last weekend.
Oh, last weekend it came out.
Yep.
So I saw some posts go out about the number of numbers that are available for the system.
Right. They're only like, for the first batch, we only have 10 Twilio numbers available, and so the reason that we got Twilio numbers is that we want to avoid the complicated configuration steps, right? For if you want to bring some other Twilio other numbers, and you have to do a bunch of the list of the configurations. Very complicated. We want to make a turnkey solution. You want the feature, and we give you the feature and make it as easy as possible, right? Once you follow the steps, and you're going to attach one of your chatbot to this specific number, just do the follow-up work.
Gotcha.
So that's going to be our first step.
So what do you have to do to apply for the purchase of the add-on? That's the
Well,
professional and up, right? So you don't get the miscode text back unless you're in the professional bot and higher.
No, you don't need it. You can, even a free trial user can purchase that. It's an add-on that you can buy for $19 per month with a free Twitter number and 500 messages every month.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't see it on the website before. So for add-ons, we do have 3 now, which is the missed call text back at $20 a month, which is 1 inbound, 1 outbound equals 2 messages. And then you also have the custom domains above and beyond. That's where if you wanted to have multiple domains across several sources where your single chat bots being accessed on multiple domains, you can add that feature. And if you wanted a white label and do some revenue sharing with Ray, you can add the white label feature as well.
Yep.
All right. Next on the list, Ray, we have a couple other things to go, and we want to wrap this up as soon as we can. Let's just kind of go over the tech debt. Well, you've done the code optimization. That's not a big thing. We do this every week, right? Or are you just about done with the major update?
Yeah, we're about done.
That's awesome. So how was that anyway? Was that a large undertaking, or was it relatively smooth?
Yeah, it's a pretty smooth. There's some undertaking going on, but we managed to smooth it up. It took us 2 months.
Can I ask what you gained in that process, right? Because obviously a lot of people don't understand that, these iterations of software, so just consider them versions. Every time a new version gets developed, it's added into the code that's developed previous. And then there has to be a point at some time where we have to reevaluate the code, look at it for what it is, and then decide, is it really the best code that we could build for this app? So what did you learn in that process going through this?
Well, what we learned that, for the past couple months, when we want to release some features or fix some bugs in a very short period of time, we just rush into it, right? So that the code become more and more complicated, so that when you change one thing and the other bugs or glitches comes out. So we decided that we want to screen the code, review the code and make it more modularized, just like Lego, so that in the future, the benefit is that after the end of the October, from November's that whenever there's a new feature, the time that we develop and release new feature will be a lot faster than it was before. So that's the whole point. We can iterate and build more and more features and in a faster and more stable fashion. So that's the benefit. I think that's worth to point out.
Yeah, I think it's key because as I've seen software get bloated over time, it doesn't function well. And sometimes you end up with more crashing, you end up with less, reliability. And it's nice to see a developer go back and rewrite their code because it's something that not a lot of developers do. All right, let's wrap this up, Ray. We've got GHL chat, SMS API integration. What do you got? How far are we along on that now? We're pretty close. Right?
Yeah, we are currently going through the GHL guide. We're writing the guide, and we already finished the testing. So it's a point that after we finish the guide or instructions, then we can release that.
Awesome. Can't wait to see that.
Yep.
And voice, of course, the big talk of the town all over AI is how long do we wait before we can talk to our bots?
Right. By the end of this week, we're going to deploy it online and then finish testing. And so starting from next week, we are going to implement it in the different use cases. So there are 2 stages, right? The first stage that we're going to implement the voice input so that you can talk to the bubble with voice, and it's going to be a voice to speech to text feature that you can voice in, but and the chatbot is going to reply with text, right? So that's the first step. The second step is the real-time voice API, and then we're going to implement it in real estate agent or AI leasing templates. So with the inception of voice, we're also going to release a different templates targeting different industries with the combination of voice, missed call text back, and text message follow up. So we're gonna make a AI turnkey solution for different target customer groups and make it a template. So that's the plan.
So I'm kind of looking at these as like we have listed here on the. I see a maintenance agent, a recruiting agent, an Airbnb rental agent, an AI leasing agent. I'm sure you could come up with all kinds of different. You could have your, your technical plumber guy that just people call and get some info from if they have to. Because I'd like to see that, in some regards, where maybe you don't need to talk to your client. Maybe you don't need to have a meeting with your client. Maybe he doesn't even need you to come to the house. He just needs an answer to a question. That should be something that your chatbot's always capable of doing, but maybe some of it could be to help them fix their own thing. I've been thinking about this a lot because there's so many DIYers out there that want to do it themselves and they don't want to have to pay somebody to come fix stuff. But with an AI that's trained on everything that you do as a business, you could kind of train your AI to help people, give the information they need, and even still charge for a service. Because we've done that. Google's done that in the past. Do you remember Google Help? Do you remember that app that they came out with where you could it showed an example of a bike shop and people could call him on a live video on his phone and ask him questions about how to fix your bike, how to repair a tire, how to put your chain back on. And it was a small fee, a couple dollars to make the call and connect with that business owner for just a few moments. Now let's replace the business owner with the AI. To answer the question and get paid to do so. Not a problem. Should be a thing.
So the challenge for a lot of big companies that they don't have customer support staff because the labor cost is so high that no one wants to answer the customer support calls or emails, right? So but with the voice, in the cost of a couple of dollars or $10 or $15, you will be able to get the answer you need right away, and with the real-time communication to, elaborate or tell the AI what your problem is and get solutions. What I call it solutions, not answers. Get solutions immediately. So the efficiency of your life or your business will be a lot more effective or smooth than it was before.
I worked with a vendor in Florida, Ray, who developed a chat widget. This was years ago. That was designed as a contact point to get paid per call. It was literally that, or paid per text. Didn't matter what it was. It was just you had an interface there where you could interact with your user on the other end in real time, but they would have to go through a charge out process before they got to you. So it was basically enter your credit card. It's the $35 for 15 minutes or whatever, and they get access to you. Now you could kind of do the same thing with an AI, but maybe even be able to reduce the fee for those who are using your AI instead of you directly. So you're giving your customer a break. You're giving them instant access to instant information without you having to go dig it up or get it out of your head. And they're also getting a reduced fee in the process because it's not going to cost you as much to give the answer anyway. So
exactly.
Cool.
So
can't wait.
Can't
wait to see it. Well, Ray, let's put a wrap to this. Where are we going from here? Tell them we're here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. I'm just hoping that the brand of NewOaks is in everybody's brain every day, because this isn't your everyday app. There's a lot of chatbot widgets out there. We're making a difference, or at least trying to make a difference with NewOaks to bring AI to the masses of business owners in a way that's a little different than everybody else is doing it. Ray, you got anything to close today? Let them have it.
Well, I think let's let's all hope. I mean, obviously you and me and all and Michael and Hughen, everyone. So let's hope for the best for NewOaks, because after November we're gonna have a lot more features are coming up. For example, the voice and missed call test back. So we're gonna be able to open a new opportunities, open up a lot of new windows or doors to different, target audience groups. I'm really excited. So I hope you guys can send me emails or Facebook DMs with your latest thoughts. What do you want to do with voice, right? What do you want to do with missed call test back feature? And I need ideas. Either DM me or DM Leland, and even tell us what you want to hear for our next episode in this podcast. So
Absolutely.
I'm open to any suggestions or ideas or questions. Okay, thank you guys.
And we need to get some more videos out for you. We are working on that. Ray's got a new in-house person editing some of the podcast videos, so we're going to hopefully break those down into more digestible chunks for people that just want to go grab a brief session or portion of a session that we've had. The other thing is I do have a few more tutorials I'd like to build. We've just been really difficult times trying to get everything up and running for these longer tutorials that Ray has in place. And now that we have system features that are kind of locked down, where there's not a lot of change taking place or a lot of organic upgrading going on, we will be able to lock those features down so that you guys get a better understanding of how to connect them on the back end and how to use them for yourself. So Ray, thanks so much for all your time. We do appreciate it. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Ray, especially you, and we hope you're the best over there in Shanghai. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.